afraid to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truth to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. They wanna cancel, they wanna control, but we got the truth, we breaking the mold. Speak your mind, don't let them bind. Words cut through, sharper than a sword unkind. Censorship's raw, no filter to stop. Voices rise up from the bottom to top. Feelings don't matter when the truth's laid bare. No nonsense, come at us if you dare. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Hey, what's up, guys? Vince,
going on,
Mike,
guys?
what's up, guys? What you guys
How's it
been up to,
going?
man? It was like forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, you
Huh?
guys haven't been
Yeah.
here in studio in what is it, 2 weeks
It's
We
been
missed last week.
since election night?
yeah, since election night, yeah, for sure. There's a lot that has happened too, huh?
A
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, there's been a
Shit.
lot of fireworks.
you-
Just the election night alone.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm glad we like hold on stuff because it's like you could like wait and like see what's happening. Because sometimes people jump to conclusion like right there and then, and it's like,
Well, there's a difference.
You know.
We're not breaking news.
yeah, we're
Right.
not breaking news. We're
You
just
know,
really
we're
true
commentators.
news, you
We're
know?
not
We got a
breaking
little
news,
time to actually
so-
research it. And
Yeah, we might jump the gun on social media, whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what it
But
is.
we're not the news. I mean, we're not breaking news reporters. So
Right.
it's like,
no,
I mean,
no,
we're
no.
commentating on the news.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
and since election night, which I don't know if any of our viewers had the opportunity to tune in, we had a giant collage of PPN hosts that night
Right.
that hosted. It was I think the stream was like 15 hours or 18 hours. I don't know. Maybe if one of the guys are watching, they can correct us. But it was an interesting day. I know you guys left here. Maybe it was like 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Usually, I
Yeah.
think that's the
Nine-
time
nine-
I took
well,
off out of here.
well, that's
9
when
or
we got
10
off
maybe,
the
yeah.
air.
Yeah,
But,
and I stayed out here in studio until it must have been almost 11:30 Eastern, and I kept telling myself another 15 minutes, another 15 minutes. You know, I want to hear him call another state. You know,
Right.
it was so on the edge. I thought for sure. You know, I was prepared for the worst news possible
Right.
because we felt this way.
yeah,
Two
I'm
elections
a little
ago.
proud of our country. Like, he won every single swing state. I mean, they sent a clear message
Yes.
who we voted for. I mean, I'm kind of gained a little bit more pride back, and just people are a little smarter
And I
than
think
sometimes they're given credit for. You know, they weren't believing the bullshit
Right.
that was being put in front of them.
Well, I mean, it's just everybody sees everything in a different way, and I'm glad,
right.
you know, because I mean, you still got to be able to talk to those people that didn't vote for whoever that you wanted them to vote for and stuff like that. Like, just because I voted this way doesn't mean you gotta hate me,
Hmm.
you know. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
you
I'm
can't,
glad,
you
like-
can't come to the
right.
holiday dinner.
right? Like, I'm glad you voted that way. That way, we have something to talk about. Like, you don't have to be mad at me. Like, okay, I see you. I see how you see it that way, but can you also see it how I see it? You know, like,
Well, the
I'm-
politics
you know,
of
like, it's
COVID,
just-
the politics of COVID
Right.
alone
That was a big one.
split a lot of families.
right.
You know, every family. I know ours even saw its differences, and
Yeah, absolutely.
the I don't even know how to pronounce that. The Diaz's Q-tips, and look at those 3 beefcakes. Yeah, I'll be careful about sharing your comments though. Thanks for the warning last time. But yeah, you know, so a lot's happened. I went to bed not knowing yet.
Right.
When I went to
Me
bed, they
too.
haven't called Pennsylvania or Georgia or North Carolina or any of that.
Right.
And then when I woke up early, and I was like, damn, no kidding. It definitely looks like we're gonna take it. And then
right.
as the hours went by, because this was really early in the morning when I woke up, it was obvious that Trump was going to be the 47th president.
Right.
Right.
It was a good feeling, I have to tell you. How did you feel when you woke up
I already
on
knew.
Wednesday morning?
It definitely started my day off good. That's for sure. I mean, I went into work feeling damn good that morning.
I already knew he was gonna win just because a lot of people were just like waking up, you know, like okay, we see what just went down in 4 years, you know, like how quick shit hit the fan in 4 years, like people were like, I don't know, like, and then all these lies that just kept coming out from like
Yeah.
both ends. I'm not just saying one
mean,
end, but both ends, and then it's like some people were being like fact check like quick, and it's
Right.
like, where are they getting this information from? Because then all of a sudden all these people were like, these people didn't do this or didn't do that, or
Right.
which it doesn't matter, but it's just like the little simple things, like her saying, oh, we're gonna get the country back in order where it was. Well, you were in office, you were right next to this man. What happened? Like
Yeah.
you're part of the problem.
You didn't do
like-
shit.
Yeah.
You had your chance.
Like, what do you mean I'm gonna fix it back to where it needs to be at? Like, where were you these past 4 years? Like,
Right. See, when we were going into election night, I was pretty confident all the way up until like the last moment, and then I started getting nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I was nervous.
I was getting
wasn't.
nervous,
I
and
wasn't.
you know what?
was
I
like, this guy's
Hey,
got
Dale,
it,
hey,
man.
Jim.
Like,
It's
like, it is
just,
what it is, man.
so then waking up the next day, you know, it was definitely a relief because you know I went to bed kind of nervous about it. You know, a lot more nervous than I expected to be because I really thought from the beginning I thought it should be a landslide, and that's pretty much what it ended up being.
Yeah, you know what? I was totally relieved. And I haven't been let down yet, I don't think, with everything he's done since.
Right.
All his lineup. We've got some info cards. We'll go through some of them. If you're watching at home and you're commenting and you can give us your input or any more information on any of these guys he's picked for cabinet positions, the more information, the better. I mean, he's got the mandate, though.
Right.
He got, I forget how many actual electoral votes, but over 5 million more popular vote. He won both votes, like you said, Vince. All the swing states, almost every demographic shifted towards
Right.
Trump.
Right.
And look at some of the stuff that's already happening. Stock market soaring, Coinbase is soaring. You know, the one war ended already. The other one they're already talking about coming to an agreement.
Well, you know, that's something I wasn't prepared to talk about today, but
there's
supposedly
some news around the
Ukraine struck deep inside Russia with U.S. missiles.
Right, and
US artillery.
yeah, and from what I had heard about it, supposedly it was basically Joe Biden called for it. Is what I've heard. I mean, I haven't had a chance to really research it yet,
I
but
don't know.
heard a little bit about it today. Like, so my question is, does I don't know what the name of it is, Mike, maybe you do, help me out. What's the act that they can invoke if we're in war? Can they still stop the transition right now at this point?
Oh, martial law. I don't know. I don't know the legalities. I'm not even gonna
Right.
pretend to know. But
Like, if all of a sudden the war really heightens and like nuclear
mean,
stuff happens, like,
yeah,
they can probably pretty much say, okay, well, we're not in a position to be switching presidents right now, and pretty much try to keep Trump out of office that way.
yeah, they could. During a natural disaster, like you
Right.
said, they can enact martial law, which is an executive action. I believe there's certain things a president can do. I think he can, in a time of crisis, he can actually like recess Congress. I could be wrong, but
Right.
yeah, so
I mean, that could always be something that's brewing in the background.
well, they threaten that every administration change.
Right.
They say, "Oh yeah, you know, Trump's going to do it. He's going to do something, or whatever he has to do to maintain power."
And while we're kind of on the subject of the transition, we were talking a little bit earlier today about I don't like this. You have a president elect and you've got to wait 2-3 months for him to take office. So you're allowing the party that just got defeated to be, who knows what they might be doing, stealing money, laundering money, trying to do whatever they can to sabotage what Trump wants to do as soon as he takes office. So you're giving them, that's like your employer saying, hey, in 2 months, we're firing you,
Yes,
but we're going to keep you here
Yeah.
for 2 months.
there
And
should
we
be,
we
yeah.
trust you, we trust you, you're going to do the right thing.
there should be some type
whole
of
time.
like transition phase the executive
Somehow
office
it's-
runs into, where
It's
you know,
locked
I
in.
mean,
But see,
but
see,
shit could still happen where you still need that executive branch
right.
to run the country.
Right.
You know, so you can't totally cripple a president, even though, but maybe, like you said, maybe that window should be a whole lot shorter.
Yeah. I mean,
You should go into election knowing you might have to move out in
and I don't
3 to 6 weeks.
right, and I don't think you should be able to make major changes during that span while you've been voted out of office. Like I don't think you should be able to start making major changes right now. Now that you've been voted out, like it's you can
Right,
still make
right.
decisions.
So you saying that you saying that Biden or Kamala should not be able to make any decisions? Right
They
now?
shouldn't be able. No. I didn't say any decisions, but there's certain things they can do that might prevent Trump from or slow Trump down from being able to do some of the things he wants
So
to do,
I'll tell you what I think. This is just me thinking.
or
as,
steal money.
This is just me.
launder our
This is just
taxes.
me thinking as a human being, as a regular American, not like these people that make thousands and millions and trillions of dollars. I'm not in that tax bracket, right, Vince?
Mm.
Hey, put in your 2 weeks. Done. At least your 2 weeks and you're done with it.
Yeah, but we're
Like a regular job.
yeah, but I mean, we're talking about where you just found out you're fired and you get to stay for another 2 months.
No, you don't get to stay.
Well, yeah, but that's the way it is.
No,
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
well,
it shouldn't be that way. You get them fired. You're fired. You're fired. Same thing when you put in
Yeah,
your
I
2
don't
weeks. Put in
know.
your 2 weeks and you're done.
I get it, a little
Or-
bit of a transition period, but it's too
or
long.
matter of fact, don't even give me my 2 weeks. I quit now.
this
Just go ahead and go
uh,
now because I already know you're going to do a shitty job. So might as well just leave now.
I think this is Dale commenting from Two Guys in One Coop podcast. He says the Biden judge appointments, they are trying to push them through. This is how he can leave an impact and kind of
Right.
screw what is potentially, an opportunity to get our system back in line. But I mean, it's every president's privilege to appoint these positions, but hasn't been able to get them yet. And here in another month, it's going to be a trifecta. It's going to be the executive branch, the House of Representatives, and
Yeah,
the Senate.
they were holding off on the House, but we ended up getting that. Thank God.
Oh, it's Jim. Oh, Dale must be sleeping. Yeah, those old guys got to go to bed a little early, right? Right, Jim? Yes. Thaddeus is gay. Yes.
Who?
Gay. He was hoping I wouldn't post that comment. Anyways, yeah. So I think they're on we see like the Avengers, like everything they teased us with leading up to the election. I mean, have you seen anything he's done yet that's kind of disappointed you?
No.
I mean, his picks, we got the info cards right here. Let me see if I can get to him.
He was at the USC fight the other day.
I'd like to go. I want to go to the one in Tampa, but it's
he literally was there
Um,
with Joe Rogan. He showed up with
Yeah.
Joe Rogan. I'm like,
so-
but if you think about it, I mean, he's the president. He still has a life. Like he's still a human being. If he wants to do these things, he could do these things. It's not just about
Oh, yeah,
I'm here in
absolutely.
politics and I'm here to do this. You have a life.
Yeah,
Think about it. This man gave up so much to go live at the White House when he could go use
He's
the
got-
restroom.
he's
When he
got
could go use the
billions.
restroom at a 14-karat gold toilet.
He's
And-
got
or a
billions.
bidet.
yeah.
It's
Come on,
costing
man.
him money to be president. That's
Come
what a
on.
lot of people don't realize. But
Come on, man.
you
You think I'm gonna go and sit up there? I've been shot.
think-
I've been shot twice.
that's one of the big
or once.
reasons Leo people wanted to vote for him. I think they
In my
look at him
ear.
more like an everyday, even though he's a billionaire, like the fact that he's going to these fights, he's doing these kinds of things.
Vince, I want
When we're having natural disaster, like what happened in Georgia, the hurricane here in Florida, he's more responsive and on the scene and caring about what's going on than our current.
Vince, but
president.
not just that, man. Like, I want to quit the next day. So somebody tells me at work I'm whatever, and this guy's been shot.
Yeah. Even
Like,
though it was
literally
just a
been-
grazing
It
of the
doesn't
ear,
matter.
man, that
Yeah.
was like it
Somebody
killed the
shot
guy
you.
behind him.
Somebody shot you
Yeah.
with a bullet, man.
Can you
That
bel-
bullet was meant for him.
And you think I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back to work at the same place where I've been shot at?
Can you believe they think
Yeah.
they
Come on.
think there's people
Come-
out there that
seriously?
believe that he hired somebody to shoot his ear? Like that was all.
Yeah, that's such.
Like I mean,
That's so.
I don't care.
Irresponsible to even claim
can't-
that would
I can't-
happen. Somebody died sitting in the stands
Could-
behind.
yeah.
You know?
But can you imagine being Donald Trump? And be like, yeah, give me your best sniper. Yeah, he can just shoot me in the ear.
Yeah, right. Just graze it.
Just
Fuck
graze
it.
my ear. Yeah, come on.
What do I got going on here?
I don't
I
care
got some info
How
cards.
big your cojones are?
So,
Ain't nobody doing that.
Let's
Not
look.
even Mike
Let's look
Tyson.
at see. Here
Oh,
might be my biggest concern with one of his picks, but I can also, in management, you make certain promotions and you promote people underneath you for reasons sometimes with alternative motives. So here we have Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio is being nominated for the Secretary of State. He is a Cuban. He's of Cuban nationality. I think his grandfather left communist Cuba to come to Miami. He's been a Florida senator since 2011. He'll be the first Latino Secretary of State, known to be very hawkish on China and communism. Like I said, his grandfather escaped communist Cuba, but he's thought to be an establishment pick. So, I don't know how much you guys have paid attention over the last 20 years or 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, but he is. I mean, he's been there ever
Right.
since. He's always been.
I was never a big
he
fan.
was always an opponent of Trump until it was clear,
I was never
Trump is the
I was
king.
never a big fan, but I understand the pick. And hopefully the establishment is what's going to be broken down and destroyed over the next 4 years, and he gets on board
Yeah.
or already has.
That's the one I worry about. But then again, like I said, he's been in the Senate since 2011. By Trump nominating him for Secretary of State, that's not a judge. It's not a lifetime term. This could be a 2-year thing, and we could see Marco Rubio go away,
Right.
or come back to run for president. Who knows? But it also opens up that Florida Senate seat that Governor DeSantis can appoint a new and upcoming MAGA style,
So maybe the alternative
Politician.
thing here is to get him out of the Senate so you can replace him with a better selection for the Senate. And then, like you said,
right,
Rubio
long
only-
term. Thinking long term.
you don't have to keep Rubio more than 2 years in the position he's
Right.
in.
Right.
So it might just
so-
be it might be like a like a poker chip kind of
Yeah.
move to just
Right.
looking
4D
down the road.
chips, yeah. So the opens up the door for DeSantis, our governor, to appoint the next senator, which some people think he might appoint himself, because in 2 years he is not governor anymore. You can only hold 2 terms in Florida.
right.
So another big rumor is it's going to be Laura Trump. So Laura Trump played a significant role in getting the vote out, this time as a co-chair of the Republican National Committee, I believe. So, and I agree. I'm thinking this is a ploy to get rid of Rubio. I agree.
Right.
Not that he's not useful, but we want term limits. If we're not going to get term limits, let's get these guys like rotating.
Right.
If you're in the position, you got to be striving for higher levels. So if you're not, we'll get you there and get you out. Who was the next one? Let's see. Let me go back to these info cards. All right, Defense Secretary. Let me get rid of this thing here real quick. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, for Secretary of Defense. Born in 1980, he's 44 years old, from Minnesota. He's a commentator on Fox News since 2014. He's got Army Commendation Medal, Bronze Star, Combat Infantryman badge, and a Second Army Accommodation Medal. The guy's got a service record a mile long. He's an American hero. He's also, I said, a commentator on Fox
From
News.
Minnesota.
Yeah, from
Mm.
Minnesota. A lot of people are saying there's a lot of opposition to Pete because they say this is a major role. You just can't put somebody in. Like this
Right.
guy doesn't have any type of a resume that should lead him into a position like that. But what kind of position, what kind of background does it take to defend your country? You know, like he had enough background to earn all these medals.
Right.
He's seen combat
I mean,
firsthand.
I think most normal Americans would like to see that. They're going to want to see somebody that actually fought for our country in a role like that, or somebody that has that kind of experience. I mean, maybe he's not been a general or something like that, you know, but
right. But not just you know what I like about these I'm gonna say young guys, you know,
Right.
because they're around you guys' age, right?
Mhm.
So if you think about it, why am I gonna want an 80-plus-year-old man up there trying to tell me what to do when I'm thinking, when my mindset is in my 40s, my mid 40s, you know? Why do I want? I understand. Okay, you got more in common, but the world is moving. You know, do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Vince?
yeah,
So I
I-
could be wrong. Today it says he liked him on Fox, but he has a history of wasting cash via wiki. I'm not sure what that means.
Hmm.
He used like a third of campaign cash on a party. Did he run for an office? I might have missed that. That might have been what he did before he got a job at Fox.
you're just mad you weren't invited to the party.
Yeah, right. I was probably past my bedtime. So yeah, I mean, I don't know much about his background. All I know is the
No,
guy from
I haven't-
Fox News and him calling out Obama and,
Right.
and whatnot. But yeah, he ran for office.
But it's kind of what you're saying, Leo. Like, you know, getting some of these younger guys in there, like Vance or vice president, you know,
Right.
Millennials, man, it's the
it's
time of the
it-
millennials.
I think right now is more than ever, the American people want change. Like, they're not happy
yeah,
with the way
absolutely.
things are right
It's
now.
not just change. It's just
And-
like the other day. What were they saying? Something about somebody was going to buy Fox News or somebody was going to buy CNN or something like that.
They were talking
then, like,
about
There's a
um,
couple of those organizations that ain't worth shit. So it's
yeah,
like
they were
anybody can
talking
buy
about
them.
Elon Musk buying one of them. They also were talking. Elon Musk was
MSNBC.
talking about buying Ford. You know, but those
Right.
were all.
I mean, those are
They're just rumors.
Those are
Jim-
just things,
Jim
you know.
said,
People are saying stuff out there, you know.
Jim said
That's who they are.
Pete
That's how
went to
people are.
Pete went to Princeton and masters at Harvard, so he's intelligent.
Yeah,
Great
for sure,
Pete.
man. Think of it.
Great pick for Pete. Yeah.
Think about it. Just to go to Harvard, like just think about how like your brain must function.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to be really smart, no doubt about that. But
Shit.
I think that
I can barely
position-
get this
yeah.
microphone to work.
I think that position definitely deserves some caution, no matter who you put in there.
right, you got to have
not having a pureblood politician. I think is a great
Yeah.
idea
you-
too.
I mean, you can have that Harvard mind, but you got to have some common sense too.
Oh,
So you know, there's a lot of really, really smart people out there, but they don't have any common sense, and you don't want them making decisions. Got to
I
have.
don't know.
both.
I just like that they're my age, around my age,
Right.
around you guys' age. We can all think the same thing. We could all listen to the same music, and we all could connect. We could all could communicate with each other. You know, I'm not saying that the people older than that you can't, but we can't really relate. You know, okay, you're gonna tell me oh, work this way, and I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I can work this other way too. You know,
Yeah,
and I
and-
can come out with the same solution, just in a different
In all honesty,
mindset of thinking.
just
thinking
watching some of
different
these
ways, you
guys,
know?
like I just like the energy that they have too. Like, I think they're energized. They want to make change. They want to make a difference. And I just, you know, a lot of these guys that we're talking about, that's just one of the things that I see
And it's funny that you say
that
that.
that draws me
Right.
to them is the energy that they have.
And it's funny that you say it's the energy, because to me it's more like I see more of like free meaning more like you could go outside and you can breathe and you don't have to worry about whatever's in your worried about, you know.
Right.
Like that's how I feel. Like these people think that they want everybody to feel this way. They want everybody to have something, you know. They want everybody to be or do something with themselves, you know. I don't know, like that's how I see these people. Like they're trying to help me get to where they're at, to you know, walk outside and be like, I live here, this is my country, this is where I live, like I
Yeah.
represent this place, like
So
this is who we are.
Oh,
Not look at me and be like,
This
And
is good information.
I'm gonna
we deserve a bigger piece of the pie.
I'm gonna say that this is what I'm gonna say, just because
the
it's
hardworking Americans deserve a bigger piece of the
Yeah.
pie, and that's what they're
okay.
trying
And
to
this is
help us get.
right, and this is where I'm going. When you say piece of pie, I'm gonna go, just because it's Thanksgiving, I'm gonna identify myself as a side today. You know,
As a side, I don't know.
as a side, like a side of Thanksgiving. Like I'm gonna identify myself as a side, like a side of gravy today. You know, like that's how the people want us to think. You know, like that's how they want us to think. Like, oh,
Yeah.
what should I identify myself today as? You know,
Yeah, it's definitely suspicious. Today has found some information back in 2012. He formed a political action committee and spent most of its money on like Christmas parties and Christmas parties for families and friends. I wouldn't doubt it if that was at the behest of like advisors networking, advising to network, because I've seen some of that kind of thing go on around here too. Well, it is a little concerning because the Department of Defense has like a dark budget also, where money just goes to it, and we don't know where that money goes. You know, it's like CIA money and
Yeah, you
stuff
don't
like
know.
that. You know, so there's a lot, and it's $1 trillion budget. I think I could be wrong, but yeah, we definitely should definitely hold them to the same type of scrutiny as anybody else. This next one is another controversial one. Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence. This is a position who is oh shit, where'd my screen go? Advises the president on all things national security wise. Like they're a director of a whole like intelligence agency.
Right.
She was a Democrat. She switched over because she said the party had left her. She actually went independent, and then until a few
Right.
months back, she switched over to Republican and joined Trump's campaign. 43 years old, another young one, from American Samoa. She's been U.S. Representative for Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District from 2013 to 2021, a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve after 17 years of service with the Hawaii Army National Guard from 2003 to 2020. So she's no stranger to military service and intelligence also. She worked in intelligence.
Right.
So that this is another controversial pick. I don't really know enough about. I do know she was a Democrat.
Right.
I mean,
I know some people are worried that,
can you repent that?
right, or is she just is she planted? Is she making the switch to, because the Democratic Party kind of wanted her to? But I mean, most of the stuff I've heard come out of her mouth has been in line with the things that Trump's wanting to do.
Yeah,
But
well,
I just don't know if the people just don't have the trust in her.
I think she'll be good at it. She hasn't been tainted by DC, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just worried about another, like a Massachusetts Republican. Like they're not real. What else do I have?
you don't think they're real, Mike?
Republicans in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
No. Why they kept electing Ted Kennedy forever. I don't know if you remember Ted Kennedy, but
Yeah. I do.
Robert F. Kennedy's uncle, but he was horrible. This guy I also don't know much about. Well, let me switch over to him. Tom Homan, the border czar. He worked in intelligence last time around too.
Former ICE director.
Yeah, he was the ICE director. Born in 61, he's 62 years old, from New York. Former ICE director, police officer, political commentator. He served under Obama in the first Trump administration, but he is not holding back any punches. He is the one saying, "You got to go." If you're not if you're not here illegally, you've got to go. How do you feel about that?
Right.
He said, if you're not here legally. The only thing I would say is if they're in the process, let them stay. If they're trying and they're not a criminal. If they're trying to become a citizen, then I don't have a problem with them staying if they're already here. But we need to stop the people coming over illegally.
I think this is, I don't know. Just thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it right now. This is probably going to come back and bite me in the ass, but it is what it is. This life, it is what it is. One day I'm going to be 6 feet under. Who cares? Who gives a shit? I am your guy from To the Point
Okay.
podcast. I should say the people that are already here, just let them be, okay, and just let them come in through a process, you know, and be like, hey, your process is going to cost you a little bit more. There's going to be an extra penalty because you're already here. Let's fingerprint you. Let's do a background check of whatever we can find from you.
That's
or
a
whatever.
path to citizenship, which I don't
Right.
totally
But
disagree with.
Mike,
No, I don't have a problem with that.
no. Hold on. You give them a work visa. Give them a somehow,
Right.
some way, a social security number where they can pay taxes. You know,
Yeah.
Well, now, what if
Okay,
what
so
if you
no.
give them that opportunity and they don't try to become a citizen?
so
Then I think they
Vince,
got to go.
okay, no, Vince. But if you get them citizenship, now you got to understand you got more of a problem, and it's going to be probably harder for you to take that citizenship away from them. Why don't you just make them residents as here?
Well, there's
Okay.
a process for that. Yeah.
Okay, so just make them residents. Okay, meaning they can't vote, but they could still pay taxes. They can still
There's
do
a,
everything.
there's a
and stuff like-
process for that.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
so-
there
so-
should be a deadline.
Okay, so do that, right? And yes, there should be a deadline,
Yeah.
and everybody's winning. Okay, and now the borders, let's just stop it for right now. Let's stop process. Whatever process is going, let's stop it. Let's give it a break
Right.
until we give the people that are here notified. We know who they are. We know their names. We have fingerprints on them and everything, and let them stay here. It's okay. You're already here.
And what do you think if they're residents
So,
for 5
but
years, pay taxes,
today-
then they
Okay, so-
become a citizen?
Vince, no, Vince, then come back again and you have to renew again. Some of these people would love to stay here, man. They
Well,
would
yeah,
love to stay here.
course,
yeah.
So they will do this stuff. They will pay the money. They will go through all this process just to be here.
Right.
I'm not saying kick them out. I'm not saying I'm a bad person. I'm not saying none of this. I'm just saying, like, the people that are already here, let them be. Let them stay here. Let them pay those fines. Let them pay whatever they have to do. And those people will do it because they want to be here. I understand
Maybe.
there's going to be that
Yeah.
10% people that is going to fuck it up for everybody.
They're not
okay?
going to pay.
But
not
that's
gonna
gonna be-
comply.
So like
Vince,
that
but that's gonna-
10%. Like
but-
I think Thaddeus's comment is referring to like 10%. He says a lot of people have this opinion. Kick them out. They abandon their own countries to come to ours. How can we expect them to have any loyal to our country if they couldn't even be loyal to their own?
Okay,
Now
but-
I feel
okay.
that way when it comes to like military age fighting men and people who can make a difference in their country if it's so bad. But then again, I mean, there's some shitholes out there like Trump referred to.
No, yes,
Yeah.
and I
So,
understand.
but I agree with you, Leo. I don't think it's very heartwarming to have to do this kind of a job, but I think there should be some kind of deadline. Like, okay, we don't want to have to round up people, put them in camps, and deport them. And like
but you got to do
you're
your
already
part.
you're already a criminal if you came here illegal. So
yes,
you have
you already committed.
we
a
are
crime.
telling you right now you have 6 months, 9 months, whatever you want to make it, whatever the consensus is, to get in the system, to start your process.
right,
Right.
and there's a fee.
If not, you're in the system already as a criminal. If we pick you up,
Right,
as soon as you get picked up, you're already a criminal already.
right.
Now you're on the bus.
Okay.
back.
I can get on board with that.
And you know
I
what,
mean-
Mike? And that's what I'm saying. 100% of these people are going to be on board with this, will be on board with this. And we have to understand that there's going to be that 10% that's going to fuck it up. But you know what?
There's always
But-
that 10%.
Okay, but you know what though, Mike? You have them now. Because why? You have their fingerprints. You know where they're at. You get a hold of them. You know who these people are now, instead of
Yeah.
just not knowing who they are. Not
Um,
it was just Joe Smo from down the street. We don't know where he's from. He's from Salvador, and he might just say, "Oh, I'm from Mexico." He might be from Mexico and say, "I'm from Guatemala." We don't know. We're just giving the information that he has given us. That is it. But now, if we have fingerprints on him, we know who he is. We have a social security number or an ID number. We have of who this person is. We're more likely to find that 10% and say, okay, this is it, man. You had your chance. You had your time. You're locked up. We send you back.
we got a couple more to get to, but we're running out of time. We got a lot to talk about. We gotta
Man, you
help.
got me. From
We gotta help pay the bills. And as far as I know, we still have to run a couple ads. So we'll be right back after this moment. We got a few more picks too, a few more exciting ones. So we'll see what's going on here. Be right back.
As we age, we lose a bit of energy. Of course, that's not our fault. Our bodies change as we grow. Healing patches rejuvenate your cells and in the skin play a key role in the aging process. Research has found that as we age, the number and function of these cells decline, which can lead to a decrease in skin elasticity and the development of wrinkles. But what if there was a product that could restore that spunk for more than just our skin? There is, and it does. The product draws out other huge benefits such as more energy, better sleep, reduced stress, and pain management. If you would like more information, please go to miraclehealingtherapy.com. That's miraclehealingtherapy.com. Here's that website address once again, miraclehealingtherapy.com.
Introducing the Trump Token, America's cryptocurrency, a digital revolution to make America great again. Built on the high-performance Solana blockchain, the Trump Token merges the economic principles of Bitcoin with the speed, scalability, and efficiency of modern technology. Designed to empower politically engaged communities, the Trump Token taps into three major demand ecosystems: the Trump community, global cryptocurrency enthusiasts, and the internationally recognized Trump brand. In a world of financial uncertainty, the Trump Token stands as a scarce and durable digital asset, positioned for growth within a rapidly expanding global market. Powered by Solana, the Trump Token offers lightning-fast transactions, unparalleled scalability, and robust security, making it the ideal currency for both everyday use and political engagement. With a total supply capped at 21 million Trump tokens, 10 million are available for pre-sale at just $10 per token. In a powerful show of support, 50% of all pre-sale proceeds will be donated to Donald J. Trump's 2024 presidential campaign via super PACs. That's right, up to $50 million of crypto in kind will be donated to ensure Trump wins. On top of the donation, 40% free additional Trump tokens will be distributed over 36 months to all pre-sale participants who hold. Check out our official white paper for more. Driven by a decentralized governance model, the Trump Token empowers its community to shape its future, ensuring the token remains aligned with the values of its supporters. Together, let's make America great again. Go to thetrumptoken.com to get involved. The Trump Token. Own America's cryptocurrency now.
Yeah, the Trump Token. We need to get an update with that. I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, our cards. Let's see here.
Anyways, man, you know, it is what it is, man. Like I think the way I look at it is everybody can win one way or
Okay.
another. You know,
This one here.
tell me who wouldn't want
This
to come
one is
in.
Mike Huckabee. He was former Arkansas governor. He ran for president a couple times. 69 years old. He's been in politics for a while. His daughter's now the governor of Arkansas. She was Trump's press secretary towards the end of his last term. A very strong Christian. He's going to be the ambassador
Did
to Israel, which is it's big for Israel. You know,
did he run as an independent?
no, he ran as a Republican.
Did he?
This one, I mean, it's a good pick in my opinion. It doesn't light my fire. I don't really care. I mean, I do. It's ambassador to Israel.
Right.
We just don't, you know,
It's one of the
keep
lesser.
it on a leash. Huckabee might be a good one. I don't know. This one here is definitely an eyebrow raiser for a lot of big pharma. Big pharma stock crashed when this was obvious. Oh, the headline's off on this one. But it's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's born in 54. He's 70 years old. He's been an environmental lawyer, thought to be an anti-vaccine activist and a conspiracy theorist, former attorney general and uncle. His father was a former attorney general and uncle. His president was President Kennedy, both notably assassinated. And he was denied access to the Democratic primary. He was wanting to run against Joe Biden in the primary, and they shut him out.
Right.
They wouldn't let him run. Like they
Didn't even give
sued
him a
him.
chance.
They sued him to death, so he couldn't even be on the ballots in most of these states. And then look,
Listen,
Biden went to the freaking debate with Trump. He got smashed, and he had to back out and give it to Kamala, who got smashed even harder. Biden could have done.
so I
better.
saw this meme the other day with him, with RF Kennedy Jr. and Elon Musk and Trump and all of them on the Trump bus.
Yeah,
On
the plane
on
wasn't
the
it?
plane, right? That had the McDonald's on it and said, "Would you invite your drug dealer to do drugs with you to make sure?"
There's
he's
been
not
a thousand. There was 1,000 memes
Yeah.
there. Yeah, yeah.
With that picture,
Yeah.
there's so many memes.
Yeah, I was like, when I said, when you invite your drug dealer to do drugs with you, just to make sure he's not an undercover cop. There was RFJK, whatever.
Yeah.
Jr.
yeah.
in a one of those Big Mac and French fries or whatever from McDonald's, because Donald Trump.
Well, he's very big on the like. He even said about the French fries. For some reason, in America, we use a different oil than everywhere else in the
than
world.
actual France or another place. Yeah,
Right. Like we end up using shit
Shit
with
oil.
shit in
Yeah,
it, and
we
it's
do.
just like
We do.
we're
We
killing
really do.
Americans. I think
We
it's
really do.
definitely the destruction of Rome is what we see. And what we saw the other night going into UCF was Caesar coming back to Rome with his
It's so-
army.
Right.
You know,
It's so funny that we're talking about.
I've heard it called that way, and that's how I'm picturing it. You know,
What is it?
It's so funny.
Magnesium. He's trying to make sure it gets out of the water if he gets appointed.
It's funny that we're talking about food
Mike.
because I was
say that again.
Isn't it magnesium that he's trying to make sure is removed from all water sources?
Fluoride, I
Or
think.
fluoride. I'm
Fluoride,
sorry,
yeah.
magnesium.
I was,
Other stuff too.
Yeah.
I was
But-
shopping earlier at Publix and I picked up some potatoes and then I picked up some carrots or something like that. And I was going through shopping, picking up a few more things. And then I saw my niece, so I stopped by and said hi to her for a little bit. And I told her, like, I got to come put these potatoes back because they're too expensive. I can't afford them. I'm just going to stick with them. I'm just going to stick with the carrots because that's all I could afford as of right now. I was like, that's it. That's all I can afford. So I got to put the potatoes back.
So moving on,
Yeah,
we've
shit.
got.
No matter who's in office, this shit ain't going down.
Let's look at this guy. Everybody knows this guy.
Who's this?
Elon Musk, born in 71. He's 53 years old. He's from South Africa. He is going to be the commissioner of the Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE, and he's the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, the Boring Company, X. He's the co-founder of Neuralink, the thing they're putting in people's brains that help them walk. They just launched another spaceship freaking today.
So tell me, Mike, what does this guy have to do with anything in politics?
Nothing.
So why is this guy there?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because
Tell me, explain
tell
to
you
me
why.
because I don't know
look at all
two
that.
shits about
Look
this
at all
fucking
that.
guy.
CEO of Tesla,
Okay,
right? Electric cars, SpaceX. He's got to deal with regulation and competition and pushback from the automotive industry. He's got to deal with government regulation and hindrance when it comes to SpaceX. The traffic in LA was so bad, he made the Boring Company, which bores big ass holes in the earth, like an underground highway he put in just for the fuck of it.
He knows how
And to
to
raise
fix-
money for it,
Oh, he did
nonetheless,
that?
to raise money for it, nonetheless, they made and sold flamethrowers on the internet. You
He
could have bought
figures out a way to get shit done. He's efficient. He's smart.
and then when after
I
the
mean-
last election and it was all blown out into the open about what Twitter was doing, backdoor deals with Democrats in Washington, and
yeah, because this is the guy
censoring
that
Trump,
buys Twitter. dude.
he was like, "This is bullshit. I'm going to spend twice as much as what I need to buy it, and I'm going to take it over." And there's investors in it, but yeah, so he's going to be him and Vivek Ramaswamy, who is
I like him. He's a pretty.
Well,
Yeah.
these two are going to be a team.
I like
those
Vivek.
two are going to be a team.
So they're
Yeah.
both going to be commissioners of the Department of Government. Really, what
Oof.
they are advisors. They're going to look and they're going to go through the whole list. They're going to look at every agency, every.
Are they going to get
spending
paid for
thing.
this?
Probably not. They don't need to. Neither one of them needs
Yeah,
to.
they're
He's
both-
a
They're
billionaire
both
too.
filthy
Who,
rich.
this guy's
the
Ramaswamy?
billionaire.
What does Ramaswamy do? Let's see.
He owned a few companies, some medical technology companies, some other stuff. He's a businessman, and he ran against Trump in the primary, but he
Yeah.
wasn't an anti-Trumper. You know, it was kind of weird. But he's 39 years old.
But there you go.
Potentially our
he
next
thinks like
president
me.
or
He
our next
thinks like
vice
me.
president. You know, he's not the type to work for anybody, but in this position, they're pretty much going to be.
So do you think
Like
him and Elon Musk are
advisors.
going to be a good team?
Oh,
you think
yeah.
they'll
They'll be
do
good
the thing?
advisors. Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think their job is going to be though? Like
To look at these programs and decipher, you know, wasteful spending. Our tax it's
This
meant to be efficient with our tax dollars.
right. So this is unnecessary. We can cut this. We can save billions of dollars right here. That's the kind of stuff they're going to be doing, and be like, those billions of dollars would be better spent here doing this because you're going to get more of a return. You know, they're going to make it run like a well-oiled
Go
machine.
back, Mike. Where's Elon Musk from?
He's from South Africa.
He is from South Africa.
Yes, he's South African. He can't be
He
president.
can't. Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
think he
so-
can even be vice
So
president.
he's from South Africa, and where does he? What is he? Is he can vote though, right? He's
he's an American
he's
citizen.
an American citizen.
Yeah. He came here with not very much money, although
When
his
did
family
he
did
When
have
did he
money.
come here? I
I
gotta
forget.
Google this guy.
We can do a segment on the guy on the next show, but he's definitely interesting. He definitely didn't start from nothing, but he came here with a very little, and then lost it all and then brought it back up. PayPal, I think, was his entry level into big business.
Hmm.
He helped design and was part owner in PayPal and sold it, and then went into some other companies in between, and was literally living in the offices that his company had. But
And he's not married.
no, he's
He
with
is.
Grimes, which is weird because
He's what?
the artist named Grimes, or maybe she's a model. I don't really know, but from what I understand, she's pretty freaking weird. She's like like woke weird, kind of. You know, look it up.
Now you got me
Grimes.
fucking.
Yeah. I've
interested
seen
in fucking-
pictures.
And he has a lot of kids too.
Pictures.
A
of
do you
couple
mean?
with her.
What do you mean
Yeah.
he's got kids?
Check it out.
He's got-
pull him
he's
up
got-
on Wikipedia, or I could too, but I don't want to burn up too much time. I want to get to the last one.
See, I don't really get into these people because I don't really try to give them more
Musk-
of my
what I like
more of my money that
About these
That's what they do.
most billionaires I don't really care for, but what I like about these guys is they're willing to put their money where their mouth is,
Right.
or I should say they're willing to put their mouth where their money is and get out there and speak out about it, not just like these undercover donors and the kind of a conflict of interest. The government gives Tesla loans and other cash. 12 kids, yeah, with too many moms to count. Yeah, he's definitely a breeder. He's of the mindset of population, you know, like
I wonder what is
Increase the
is he
population.
giving his kids anything
not a
or
Christian
anything like
or
that or
anything.
anything or like
oh, they get everything they want. They have like the best
Ah,
education.
One
Daddy
died,
must.
right?
I don't know. I have
Right.
no idea.
And
Daddy must.
What's
got-
he?
he's got one that's
I'm just saying, Daddy must.
Well, you know, Tesla is a company, so I mean, he had to
12
fight to get
kids.
into that industry too. So he deserves, or Tesla deserves, the same treatment as GMC does. You know, so
He has
Although
a
he
brother and a
doesn't get it.
sister. He has a brother and a
Yeah.
sister.
and his mom May Musk. I don't know about his dad. I think his dad.
Earl.
I don't know. There was something happened in South Africa. I'm totally ignorant to it, but I think they call it the apartheid, where the black population took the country back from the white population, and it was just a mess.
What do you
and
think?
a lot
What do
of
you say
white,
his
a lot of rich, wealthy white.
his girlfriend
left.
is her name or his brother?
Grimes.
Right.
Sorry, my sinuses are plugging up. If you hear me at home, let me get off this thing. Actually, let's just switch on. Let's keep going on. This one is going to be more important, I think. And I'm tell you what, I'm honestly surprised the president announced this one. If you know him, Matt Gaetz, we've featured him on the show a couple times. He's a congressman from Florida. He's the new age. He's not afraid to call out corruption, whether it's in his own party, whether it's the guy sitting right next to him or whatnot. He was responsible for getting Kevin McCarthy out of the speaker position. He's threatened to do the same thing with Speaker Johnson. He's known to cause a commotion, but sometimes you need that shakeup. He's 42 years old, from Hollywood, Florida. He is actually the representative of a district in the Panhandle of Florida, which has the highest number of active service members in the voting pool. I think I got that right.
Yeah, this pick definitely upset a lot of people.
Yeah, so this one worries me though. And I heard it put this way, so it's not my original thought, but it worried me to have this kind of thing announced so early also. Only because like
It gives them time to
I mean that way is north and you can see the glow in the sky right now. They're burning computer servers, they're shredding papers,
gives them
they're
time to
burning
cover
down
shit
the
up
yeah, they're
and
like
run for the hills.
I like Matt too. I'm sad
No,
to see him leave, but he's also for a term limit. So
Right.
another
I'm
one.
very, very big in favor of this pick because that's what we want. We want somebody that's going to go with it and shake things up, call people out. It's the only way things are going to get fixed. It's the only way things are going to get better is if we have people that are going to hold people's feet to the fire and you do your job or you're out.
Yeah, so I like all these picks. He picked another congressman from Florida. I didn't go through his whole cabinet meeting because we only have an hour, and there's stuff we can talk about, stories about each one. But I like them all. I hate to see the great talent taken from
Right.
these houses that need them. But we'll see what it comes to. I do have a video I wanted to share. This is the new Trump ad. I don't know where. No.
What'd you call me?
Yeah, what'd you call me?
Let's
Let's see here.
Trump ad.
It might be it. Share tab instead. No, it's not going to work.
Listen,
It's
before you
not
guys
gonna
do all that, don't forget to give us a like, give us a share.
There's a new Trump ad
Yeah,
out there
please.
on Twitter that's going to be good. The
us
audio
out
is
there.
not going to work for me.
Put us out there, man. You know, we live in this little
Yeah.
town called Indian River County in the state of Florida, down south on the East Coast. We literally live 10 minutes away from the ocean. No lie. You know, we
Yeah,
live
we're
in
on Florida's
paradise.
East Coast.
Yeah, we live in paradise. We live where you guys vacation. How about that?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so we might as well wrap it up. We're pushing on an hour right now, so we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to give us a like and a follow on Rumble and on X. Share the network. We have our page too, To The Point Podcast, tothepoint.com on X and Facebook and all that. And we're affiliated with Indian River Connections, which is a local thing, but check them out. You can learn more about us there also. But you guys got anything else?
No, I
Let's
think
see
we're
any
good.
more
Think so.
comments here. Thaddeus's Q-tip says, I never had a vacation.
You need to come to Indian River County, Vero Beach.
Yeah,
Florida.
come on
Oh,
down to
damn.
Vero Beach. That's where
Nice.
there's a Disney resort. He lost his
He's
wheelchair.
lost his wheelchair.
Well, you'll fit right in with Florida Man. So we get you a three-wheeler with the big fat tires so you can
Just
ride down the beach.
every parking lot here has a handicap spot, so you'll be good.
Get a
We
little
live where you
motor.
guys retire. Everybody comes and retires here. So
Yeah.
there's where there's a will, there's a way. We live in the Treasure Coast, so we are pirates. There are pirates, so
No,
maybe you fit right in.
yeah.
So
Who's gonna let me coach surf?
Couch surf.
Couch
he wants to
surf
sleep
for
on
2
your
years.
couch.
2
Mike.
years. There's room at Mar-a-Lago.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
I heard
I'm
the
not,
resident there is going to be staying in Washington
about
D.C.
to-
for a while.
not about the left side.
The left side. Anyways,
Anyways, we're out,
thanks
man.
for
See you guys.
watching.
Thank you.
Be sure to check out the Patriot Prayer Network if you're on one of our Facebook channels or whatnot. You guys got anything else?
I think we're
Yeah.
good.
All right.
Peace out.
See you.
spreading hate. Let's BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truce to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel that crime. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. They wanna cancel, they wanna control, but we got the truth.